In the golden glow of a setting sun, Maria stood at the departure gate, her heart sinking. The taste of bittersweet farewell still lingered on her lips. Love had unexpectedly found her in the arms of David, a charming man whose eyes reflected a universe she yearned to explore. Their romance danced through the whirlwind months like a ballet, graceful and enchanting, leaving no room for thoughts of farewell. But farewell was here now. Maria's heart ached as she thought of David, of the home they'd made in their shared laughter, stolen kisses, and warm embraces. She was returning to her homeland, leaving David behind. They had vowed to keep the flame of their love alive across oceans and time zones, but the reality of their impending separation was a cold wind that threatened to extinguish their promises. As Maria clutched her boarding pass, she felt like she was holding the last remaining piece of her shared life with David. It felt heavy in her hands, more like an anchor than a ticket. She felt a pang of regret, a longing to go back, to cling on to the last vestiges of their shared moments. But she had made her decision. Meanwhile, David sat in his car, the steering wheel slippery from his nervous sweat. His heart pounded louder than the car's engine, a drumming rhythm of desperation. He couldn't shake off the image of Maria's tear-streaked face, her brown eyes heavy with unshed tears, her lips quivering as she whispered goodbye. He had watched her leave, his heart breaking with each step she took. But as the minutes turned into an hour, he realized he couldn't let her go. His car roared to life, the tires screeching against the asphalt. David felt like a protagonist in a movie, racing against time, his heart on the line. The city lights blurred into streaks of neon as he sped towards the airport, each second a sharp reminder of what he might lose. Maria was just about to cross the departure gate when she heard a familiar voice, a voice that she had thought to be a part of her past. Turning, she saw David, panting and out of breath, his eyes mirroring the same fear and love that flooded her heart. "Maria," he gasped, I can't let you go." His voice was a plea, a declaration, a vow all rolled into one. His gaze held hers, steady and unflinching, his love as clear as the stars she saw reflected in his eyes. Tears welled up in Maria's eyes. She looked at David, his desperation echoing her own. Her job, her homeland, everything seemed insignificant in comparison to the love that radiated from David. She realized then that her heart belonged here, with him, and no amount of distance could change that. With a decisive step, she walked back towards him, discarding her boarding pass. She felt the weight lift off her shoulders. Love, she realized, was indeed worth the sacrifice. As they embraced amidst the hustle and bustle of the airport, Maria knew she was home. Their love story was not one to be written in the sands of time, to be erased by the waves of distance and separation. It was to be carved into the universe, steadfast and eternal, unyielding to the fleeting hands of time. And so, under the incandescent glow of the airport lights, they stood, two hearts intertwined, oblivious to the world, yet acutely aware of the beautiful love story they were living.